It's our birthday episode, dude.
It's
1 year!
1 full year.
1 full year of Cup of Queens podcast. It seems like forever
Cheers
since we
to
started.
that.
Cheers.
Gosh dang. Look at us
started
now.
with wine. Now we're drinking wine.
I know,
Full
actually, we haven't had wine in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt as if it was necessary for today.
It was absolutely needed.
And we also have a special guest with us to celebrate.
No one else other than Mr. Fitz, my adorable 9-week-old French bulldog. I love him so much. He's sitting under my chair right now. I wish he'd come over here, but I can feel his little paws. But he's so cute.
I've squealed too many times.
I melt literally every time I see him. It's been so fun.
Him and Buxton are just having a time. So if there's clicking, that is why, and we fully accept that. We're here for it.
We're here for it. And any little barking, because Fitz doesn't have much of a bark. It's like a little yelp. It has
He
a
tries.
tongue. So it's fine. We'll keep it.
Yeah,
Aw.
he is so stinking cute, and I think that we should do like a mini life update because people are gonna want to know about him.
Yes, absolutely. So we got him, well, like 2 weeks ago, or not even. We got him about a week ago, and he's so sweet. He's the softest little fawn, Frenchie. He loves cuddles. He loves to follow us around. Like, he doesn't even like to eat his food because he'd rather be with us. And he's adorable. So it's been really fun. Potty training's going well.
Yeah, you guys are kind of handling like
I was
this
so
like
nervous.
a boss.
Yeah.
I was kind of nervous for you too. Just
Well, like in
because,
the winter.
yes,
Yeah.
winter, and like you've talked about getting a dog for so long, and it like pulling the trigger is scary. But you
was
guys
scary.
like did it, and you're having no problems. I feel like
We're doing the thing.
you're doing the thing.
It's every day at a time.
We're so happy for you.
Aw.
And is Fitz going to be involved in the wedding?
Yes. I want him to be the ring bearer.
I will simply melt into a
I
puddle.
want like a little bow tie and then to have somebody walk him down the aisle. I will die.
I can't.
I know.
Cannot even. If this does not happen, I will be so sad.
I know. We gotta find a way to make it work. Or at least I want him in a bunch of pictures. And I want to like have him dressed up.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
a little bow tie.
I know.
would be so cute.
He's
Okay.
so adorable. Well, that was fun.
It has to happen.
We'll post a picture
yes.
so everybody can see him because I'm just such a proud dog mama.
As you should be. He's so freaking adorable. Well, we're so excited for that. But yes, it is our birthday episode, and we have been so excited for this one. Well, one, we love doing What's the Tease. They're so fun. They're our favorite. And two, I truthfully cannot believe that it's been a year since we not even started this. It's been a year since we released our first episode. So that's what we're counting as our birthday, February 1st. So if you're listening on Monday, our true birthday is actually Tuesday. But it's crazy.
It's so crazy. I feel like we literally just had Kaylee Omang
Yes.
here yesterday, and now when I look back, I was looking on Apple Music and just seeing all the people we've had. It's so cool.
It is
all the incredible
so
women
cool.
we've met.
Oh my gosh. Like they have truly changed our lives.
They have.
In some small and big ways. Like, it sounds a little cheesy, but it's completely true. Like, there are people that we have interviewed on here that we like stay in touch with, and we talk to, and we learn from beyond the episode, and it's been so fun. And that's one thing that we talked about from the get-go is the worst thing that is going to happen out of this is we're going to learn something. And we've learned so much.
We've learned so much. And we've made so many great connections, which I think is always invaluable. You can always, know more people and expand your circle. So that's been fun. And just like you said, even little tidbits from each guest that we've had on, and then you can apply it to your own life.
Yes.
Oh.
Within 48 episodes, that's how many we've released.
So many.
We forgot to count how many guests we've had, but we'll have to find that stat, and we'll talk about it on social the week of this episode. But we thought it would be so fun to kind of go down memory lane, walk through our first year, walk through some of the interviews that we've done so far, and really what we've taken away from them.
Yeah, like kind of our favorite memories or different things
The
that were
big
said.
highlights that stood out to us. And I think that's an important thing to note is that what we discuss in today's episode is simply what we personally took away from, all of these incredible women.
Yeah.
But it is going to be different for everybody. Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to relate to these episodes completely different. What stands out to you is going to be different from us. So definitely, go re-listen or go listen to maybe some of these episodes that we talk about. But at the end of the day, they're all great. They're all great.
Yep. And there's lessons in each. So this is going to be fun. Okay. Let's start with Kaylee. What's your biggest takeaway from this episode when we had Kaylee Omang?
Okay. I have so many things to say about Kaylee. First off, she has been a monumental aspect of Cup of Queens.
Yes.
We need to hype her up real quick because not only was she our first guest, but she has done every single photo that we have taken, and they are perfect. They're everything we could ever wanted. Mm-hmm. She is just the hype queen to the max. I swear every time we're with her, you can't help but just to feel like a better person.
Yeah. Or just feel confident in what you're doing. I don't know. I just feel like even when she met us downtown and she was so she had so many different ideas for poses and it was so fun. She makes you feel so relaxed and comfortable.
She does.
She's the best.
So aside from her episode, everyone just needs to go follow her and connect with her because she is such an incredible person. Mm-hmm. But her episode actually is one of our highest downloaded.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because Kaylee did not hold back. She got so vulnerable with us in her previous relationships and how they could have really destroyed her and her dreams. But she just expressed in such a great way how she was able to come out of that and ultimately just boss the F up and totally take control of her life. And we were like, okay, way to start this out on a bang. Who's gonna follow this up? She was incredible. What was your favorite part of hers?
I was so mind blown. Honestly, I'm so proud of her for being in such a crappy relationship and coming out on the other side stronger. Honestly, that blew my mind. But I also think it is so cool that she got to go to all of these awesome events and photograph celebrities and talk with them and engage. I just think that's so cool to do at such a young age and to just have that, in her portfolio is really great.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Someone else that I feel like I constantly get brought up in a conversation. When I'm talking about Cup of Queens to my friends or just anyone that comes up to me and, says something about it, this episode frequently gets discussed, and it is Christy from Love Always.
Yes.
She blew my mind.
She was phenomenal. That book that she recommended and just the different things that she said, the inspirational points, obsessed.
Yeah. I think the best thing that I took away from her episode is just how she was so unafraid to do what she was truly called to do. Mm-hmm. And I think that is hard. There are a lot of people out there with passions and things that they love, but there are very few people who actually take that and say, no, this is going to be my career.
I'm going to
do it as well as she's doing it.
Yeah, the following that she's gotten, she has a whole team behind her now. They do a ton of events. Kudos to her. It's not the whole episode. It truly has nothing to do with flowers and everything to do with following your passion and truly chasing your dream and not letting other people dictate it for you. Yeah. Just blazing your own trail.
Yes.
And I also really think that about Crystal from Hot Yogis.
Yes.
Her episode really rang true with that too, where she's like, you know what? I want to do this and I'm going to make it happen. Mm-hmm. And she did it all on her own. And now she just built a brand new studio, which is beautiful. I'm so excited for her.
Yes. Crystal from Hot Yogis did such an awesome job. And this is tying really well because what's really cool is a lot of the women that we interview kind of know each other.
Yeah.
And someone we interviewed that knew Crystal was Sheila.
Oh, that's right. Sheila Harris.
And Sheila said something about Crystal that made me think of Crystal's episode and just her as a person in such a honest way. And she just said, Crystal is someone who is so true to themselves that it is almost shocking to people, like how truthfully she is at being her own person. I'm like, gosh, that is such a great thing to aspire to.
It is.
You can hear that in Crystal's episode. But going back to Sheila, I think that is an episode that maybe you haven't listened to yet. Maybe people haven't clicked on or downloaded because it was so abstract. But the people I have had that listen to it literally blow my phone up, send texts, and are like, what the actual heck? Like, this is crazy, because her whole episode is about healing and energy healing. I mean, it's truthfully like being able to read and understand people at a level so deep that I will never be able to explain it in a correct terminology, but the way she was able to read you and me with literally 5 minutes of her showing up into our space, it was unlike anything I've ever seen.
It was crazy. And she was so dead on. Like, the intuition that she has, even just being in the same room with somebody.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really cool when she did the grounding exercise where she put us in the bowl.
The sound bowl.
The sound bowl, yes. And you really did feel grounded. That was a really cool experience. I've never done that.
I totally agree. And now that we've had her on, there are people that I talk to that are like, oh yeah, I'm doing a sound bath. Or I'm going to connective healing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I love that I have this little bit of knowledge just from her interview to kind of understand what this even is. There's just so many things out there.
I know. So I was meaning to make an appointment with her because I love that. I want to know more about it, but that reminds me, now is a great time to do so. Little buddy wants to join us.
Oh, come on, little Fitz.
Buddy.
You can hang. I hope he gives us a little bark greeting. Does he just love to sit in your lap?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
This is Fitz.
Okay, this is a great reason to go onto YouTube because you could see this adorable face that we're looking at right now. I literally can't even stand him. I love him so much.
Look at buddy.
Oh my gosh. He's such a chunk.
I know. He is a chunky boy. Aren't ya? Anyway. Now that we're sidetracked. So, Sheila, awesome. I'm trying to think. So, somebody else, too, that had a ton of downloads and that I thought was just really an inspiration to talk to would be Haley Hokum.
I was just going to say that.
From Power Plate. And she was so fun, had so much energy, and just kind of talking about her fitness journey from where she started to how, she came out of doing the shows and then starting this career with her husband, or business, I should say.
Yes.
It's been fun to watch the journey.
Haley is, again, I keep saying like the word boss, but she truly is. She's just a boss. Like, she came into our podcast setting and just totally took it and was like, yep, I know what I'm doing. Like, her story is so cool. Again, somebody who really was like, this is what I have a passion for. She dropped her nursing job that I think, is hard to do after you go through all those years of college. But at the end of the day, she followed her true calling. And my favorite part was when she said that she let her nursing license, expire. Yeah. She was like, no, that I
don't want a backup plan.
I'm not doing a backup plan. Yeah. That was it. I'm not doing a backup plan. This is my plan, and that's all it's going to be. And I think that confidence is something we could all try to emulate a little bit, because it really, it's paid off for her.
Yeah. And not even in like the business world, just being confident in who you are.
Anything.
Yeah. Anything. In any aspect.
Someone who I gotta hype up. I don't even have to. She doesn't need hype. Like, she is hype. Like, she is just, truthfully, one of the most incredible people I know is Madison Novacek, my good friend, whose episode was very different from what we have seen in the past. A lot of times we, even just of what we kind of recapped so far, is it's a lot of women, chasing their dreams, making a business. And that's not necessarily what Maddie was doing. Yeah. She is just so thoughtful in counseling and being able to help individuals with mental health. And her episode was very, very deep. I mean, we talked about a lot of heavy topics, but it's also topics that I think this day and age we're not shying away from. And her being so young and so knowledgeable and so well-spoken. I mean, I've known this girl that she's always been like that ever since I've known her, but it was so fun to see her be able to shine and express that and really communicate that to all of our listeners. And we've actually gotten so many people that reached out.
I was just going to say that. Just saying that it really hit home. And
Yes.
I really, honestly, I love that it was so different and that it was really deep because you don't get to where you are without going through the hard stuff. And I really love Maddie's perspective on that and just having a lot of great tips and tricks for people.
Yes.
Hers was one of my favorites.
I agree. And I think one thing too, again, with her being, you know, closer in age to, you know, quite a few of our listeners, I think, or at least to, you know, Paige and I, is that she has such a gift of not over-explaining and making things easy to digest and easy to understand. And so these tips and tricks weren't super complicated. They were so simple, but also they were still like, I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely loved hers as I knew I would, but if you haven't listened to her episode, do yourself a favor.
Because she even has a lot of good resources too, like different books or websites to
Yes.
use, which I thought was awesome. Okay, speaking of, I'm 180 here. Speaking of tips and tricks and resources, Alexis, your good friend Alexis Allen, absolutely killed it in the health dietitian world. I was blown away.
I love that girl beyond words.
She's so good.
She is just the best.
Yeah.
And it's been so helpful for me to just have her as a friend, but again, to like listen to her, get to explain things and nitty gritty and like kind of in her wheelhouse and in her mode was so fun. And truthfully, like, I think health and wellness and just taking care of yourself, a lot of people can look at and dread. Like, it sounds like work. It sounds hard. It doesn't sound fun. And Lex does such a good job of making it so joyful. Like, she's just such a happy person that anything that comes out of her mouth, you couldn't be bothered by. You just can't. You have to buy into it. And I took away a lot from that too, that I had never even heard her speak about.
I know. I love that she gave examples of specific foods that are good for specific things. And I also love where she's like, you know what? Eat the cake.
Yes.
Like, eat the cheesecake. Don't punish yourself for it because then you're only going to want it more. And then you're going to eat more. But anyway, just the different scenarios that she gave was really great.
I think 2022 is going to be the year of self-care.
Yes.
And one episode that stands out to me immensely for self-care is Face Foundry.
Yes.
Jordan and Greta.
Totally. Okay. I absolutely love that we got to go there before they were officially open. I thought it was so fun to see their space. They were still kind of getting things situated. And it was so fun to talk with them about everything and all the new things that they're bringing to the Fargo community. And they're both so knowledgeable.
So
knowledgeable. And so peppy and positive.
Yes. And also, I think, realistic. You know, they both definitely have so much knowledge, but I love how Greta was like, this is not what I do. Like, I'm just
She's
here.
like, Jordan.
I'm the franchisee. Like, Jordan is the esthetician. And I loved that just honesty of being like, hey, I didn't know that either. And what do you mean I need to wear vitamin C every day? Are you kidding me? And we learned so many good things from them.
Totally. Yeah. I learned also a lot of really great hair care tips and hacks from Michaela. I love her. Bless her heart. She was so fun. She was also one that, I think she was our second or third guest, but she really kind of helped us like start off.
Michaela, again, is someone not only that we need to hype up because she's just an incredible person, but the support we received from Michaela is unmatched. Like, she was just, what can I do? How can I tell people about this? I mean, just so willing to help us up the ladder, if you will.
And
for
providing
no reason.
ideas. Yeah, nothing for her to gain out of it. It was simply because she loves to help other women.
Yeah.
And I think that just speaks volumes. And even in her episode, you can tell where she talks so much about her team, and it's not just about her.
Yes.
You know, it's about the guest and the team, and
really, really focused on that. And obviously, great hair tips. Like, that has been our only hair-focused episode, and it will be hard to top. It really will.
Be hard to top.
It will be hard to top. And she went to New York.
Yep.
Which, obviously, we fell in love with this year. But another one of our guests, who was a New York resident for a short amount of time, was Lindsay Grace Interiors.
Yes. We need to meet up with her and compare notes.
I love her.
I do
she
too.
is just so fun, so beyond her years.
She's so talented.
Yeah.
Like, just the things that, the different experiences and things that she learned in the industry and then brought here, and with her clients.
Yeah. I think Lindsay is such a great example of really taking ownership over what's yours. I mean, she really, learned from great interior designers, and she gathered information, but she knew how to make it herself and how to bring it to an area that really needed it.
I mean, it makes it a lot more relatable and just, different things that people go through.
Yeah.
So kind of, speaking off of different things that you go through and getting to the place that you want to be, I really think of Caitlin Vogel when we had her Miss North Dakota USA. She is incredible. I'm just going to say that. She is so incredible, and she does not give up.
She does not give up.
She is relentless in the pursuit of her goals, and even just watching her on Miss USA stage was so cool.
Yes.
We got to have a second episode. I'm just thinking about this now, but
we do.
Yeah.
She is our highest viewed episode on YouTube. That really skyrocketed after her appearance on the Miss USA stage. Rightfully so, because it was so fun to get to interview her prior to her stepping foot on that stage, because we really got to see how great of a person she was and how genuine she was. Her answers were so thoughtful. She was, I don't want to say unprepared in a negative way. I want to say unprepared in such a great way that she was so herself, and that person is just a bright light.
yes.
And you definitely got to see that on the Miss USA stage, which was so fun. And we've also had some other very, very high profile individuals that we've been able to interview. And one that I just absolutely died over was Jocelyn.
Yes.
From USA Hockey. That episode was so fun. I was just like pinching myself. Like, what are we doing talking to you? You are so incredible. Gold medals. Nationally ranked, just has these huge goals that she has conquered. And to be able to tap into the mindset of what that takes really can be applied to anything you want to go after.
Really, yeah, absolutely. And even I thought it was so really cool to talk with her about what was going through her head, at the Olympics, or, what does training for the Olympics look like? That was really cool for us to talk to her with, because that's not everybody every day.
No!
So it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Absolutely insane.
And speaking of other big names, Tiger Lily.
That
was so much fun. They're so sweet.
Tiger Lily was such an early episode for us, and Paige had brought them up. She was like, what if we reached out to Tiger Lily? And I'm like, dude, that's not going to happen, but let's do it. Let's reach out. And I remember when we got the email back from them, we were just squealing.
We're like, the email!
Are you kidding me? We have literally 4 episodes out of this thing.
Yeah.
And these girls want to talk to us. But I think that is such a testament to them.
Yes.
I don't say that to like, you know, bring it about us, and I say it to bring it about them, is they truly are North Dakota girls down to the core.
Yep.
And also women empowerment. Like they're
just good people.
They just are good people. They want women, and they want the Midwest women, I think especially, to really thrive. And I mean, for them to talk to us after their song hit number one on the charts, when I'm like, I know a million people are reaching out to you, but for them to make time for us and to be so fun and just caring of the interview, it was really incredible.
It was. And it was just fun topics too, like, where do you like to shop? Who's your, you know, country star idol?
Yes.
Not just all about
the song. We really tried to get away from that. We
knew, like, get to know them.
Yes, we knew that a lot of interviews were going to be surrounded by that. So we tried to keep it very fun, and it was such an awesome episode. That definitely
so fun.
Is one of our highest downloaded, and if you haven't listened, you absolutely should. It's so good. Another one that I think really kicked off things for us was the Vanity Bar.
The Vanity Bar. Okay, Katie is the sweetest. She is so fun. Also, I love her accent.
I know.
I love that she's from Canada, and she had, like, certain words that she says.
So Canadian.
Yeah, so Canadian. But the same thing with Katie, too, is she's like, I'm not the expert.
Yes.
I am just the owner, the boss. And so I thought it was really great. So we had sent her questions before the interview, and she actually talked with her team about, okay, like, what's legit? What are the answers? And I think for Katie, it's really about educating her clients and getting results that they're going to be happy with.
I agree.
And also keeping things very natural.
Yes, I loved that. We really talked about kind of what beauty means to Katie and to Vanity Bar. And I think it was so great for her to put such an emphasis on the fact that it is so much more from within, which I know, again, can sound cliche, but she really did it. She explained it in such a way that it makes sense. It makes sense. You feel good. You look good, you're going to go out and do good.
Yes.
And I think that was incredible.
And speaking of looking good, feeling good, Mason Jar Boutique.
Oh, yes.
She was fun. She was really fun, and just kind of talked about how she started in her house, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think literally in the garage.
Yeah. Like, started really small, and then getting the brick and mortar, now having a couple locations. And even same with Marcia from Kindred People.
Yes.
Again, you know, how they started small and continue to grow. And particularly for Kindred People, I really love that they buy from local makers.
Yes.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah. Local. That is something we need to touch on. And I don't think we can talk about our local community without talking about Shannon Full.
I was just going to say that. Yes. She is the heartbeat of Fargo.
Literally, that should be her slogan.
It should be.
Shannon, take it from us. We give you full rights.
You got it, girl. She was incredible. She's a boss bee.
Yes.
She's a boss.
She truly is. And I think something in her episode that was such a just prominent point of what we discussed was culture. And just how to really not only cultivate a culture within your team, but within our community. And what she has done for other communities within her other cities that she has been involved with the chamber to bring experience to our local area. We are so lucky.
We are so lucky.
And her episode is full of absolute gold.
And just different things that she wants to implement in Fargo. And it's really about the people for her.
Yes.
And, you know, how can we grow Fargo? How can we make it the best community and bring in new people and keep them here?
Yes.
It was absolute gold, that episode.
And speaking of people, we're really segueing this great.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
honestly, I promise everyone, we have not prepped for this at all. Like, we did not talk about this, but it is just
scrolling through my phone. Like,
truthfully, the fact that we had so many great individuals that they just come to mind naturally.
Totally.
But when we're talking about people, Bethany from Dale
Oh my
Carnegie
gosh.
is exactly what comes to mind.
Yep.
I had no idea what this episode entailed for us.
Yeah.
You, again, were kind of the one who sought her out, and you were like, I think this would be a really great interview. And I was unprepared for how mind blown I would be by her.
I know. She is the tiniest little blonde, and she just fills a room.
Totally fills
She
the room.
fills the room with so much confidence and hype, and I can't say enough good things about her.
But I love that you say that, because she fills the room with so much confidence, but she does it in this just incredible way where she's also accepting.
Yeah.
I think sometimes
Like, it's not an arrogant, a judgy.
Yes.
It's a very much like, I'm here, how can I help you?
yes,
you
and I
know?
think that is something that is unfortunately it gets muddled in a lot of women, where
Yeah.
sometimes being confident can be perceived as, oh, they're full of themselves.
Yeah.
And Bethany, in her episode, I mean, talked about so many great things regarding leadership, regarding how to, present yourself in the best way that you can. But her confidence that she just naturally has is also just backed by this warmth that you can tell she truly just wants you to thrive.
Yeah.
And I have actually listened to her episode multiple times, because I'm like, I need somebody like you in my life pushing me along. It was so fun.
She's the ultimate hype woman.
Yes.
So fun. I also, another hype woman would be Kelsey from Burnout
Kelsey.
Production. Oh, loved her. She was great because for her, I really liked where she said, just because somebody's good at something doesn't mean they enjoy it.
That sentence literally is burned in my brain.
I know. And that's essentially how she started her own thing. And she's like, I don't want to work for somebody.
Yeah.
I want to do my own thing. I want to be in charge of my life. And so she started this on her own. And now she's doing what she loves.
Yes.
I mean, to me, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. And Kelsey she is a great example of, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but she's kind of a perfectionist. And
Yeah.
she's super good at everything. I think she's just naturally good at everything she does. But that sentence, just because you're good at it doesn't mean that you love doing it.
Yeah.
I think really would hold true to a lot of us out there who, maybe get complimented or get applauded for different things that you do, whether it's in your career or in your social life or whatever it might be. And sometimes those compliments become your identity. And I think Kelsey explained so well how to separate your true identity from what other people identify you as, and really finding your path and what you want. And she's so awesome. And she dropped us off gifts after.
I know. That was so sweet.
We never posted about this, and
we should have.
she did not expect us to, but I do want to just give her a little shout out, because she had mentioned a book to us that Paige and I were obviously just so thrilled about. We were like, oh my gosh, we're going to buy that. Like, that sounds awesome. And I think 2 days after we interviewed her, those books were dropped off at our doorstep. And she's like, hey, just a little thing for you guys. We're like, are you kidding me?
So sweet.
What a sweet gesture. It was just totally unexpected. And yeah, it just embodies everything that she does, thinking of others.
Totally. Also, I want to jump to Patty Post from Checkable Medical.
Yes.
Because she was one that sticks out in my mind. Just honestly, the way that she carries herself and the knowledge that she has, I really respect her being in the medical sales industry for a long time and kind of finding out, okay, what can be fixed? How can we adjust this to make it better for people? And then doing it on her own.
Yeah.
Like, what a trailblazer.
What a trailblazer.
It's incredible.
She is, just unbelievable. I felt like she was too great to be sitting in a room with me.
I know.
Which I know she would be like, oh, stop it. Like, she's so not like that. But truly, she is incredible. And this is my last mention of episodes, because this is probably the episode that really just took me for a roller coaster in every which way, every direction. It struck me so hard in such a great way, was Bio Girls.
Yes.
Missy from Bio Girls is the definition of a queen. Like,
Yeah.
she just, I mean, blew us away with her story about, working a 6-figure income job that demanded everything from her, and that, I mean, on paper, she was doing well, but in her heart, she wasn't doing what she knew she needed to.
Yeah.
And took a leap of faith, quit that job, and started Bio Girls, which is now just booming with incredible success in helping young girls find confidence in themselves. And I think that's everything that Cup of Queens stands for.
Absolutely.
So every word she said, I just kept leaning in further and further and
Like,
further.
tell us more. Okay. And then, like, and even with Bio Girls too, they're expanding. They're constantly opening, I don't want to say like a new facility, but expanding into different territories and getting new volunteers. And I just think everything that they do is so cool, because that's only going to trickle down and make society better.
It really will, and it's been awesome to see. But I think that one move that she made to, not better her income, not better her career, has bettered the lives of so many girls and so many people that are involved with Bio Girls. So,
and even herself. I mean, she even said, she's like, I am so much happier.
Even herself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I was called to do this.
Yeah. I absolutely love her. But overall, that was just like a snippet.
A snippet. Yeah.
We would be sitting here for truthfully hours if we talked about every single one of these episodes. And
it was a fun year. I'm excited for year 2.
It was a fun year. We got some good stuff lined up for year 2. It's
gonna be good.
It'll be really, really fun. Please send us your queen nominations. That is still something we accept. Actually, a lot of the individuals we talked to this year were brought to us from you guys. Were brought to us by going to our website or simply messaging on Instagram or Facebook. We love that, because there are an unlimited amount of women out there that are doing incredible things, and we need to hear from them. We need to learn.
We want to highlight them. We want to be in their corner.
Yes.
Send them our way.
And we do want to hear from you queens too. So we do have a new segment of our show, and we've kind of dabbled in it a little bit in some previous episodes, but we're like, okay, we're gonna do this for real. We've kind of neglected it.
But now we're back. Okay, it's a new year.
We're
holding ourselves accountable.
Yes, we're going to get to it. So we are going to be doing a queen column. Not sure how often, but we will be responding to questions that you guys might have. And not questions about us necessarily, but just questions you want to put out there for the rest of our viewers. We want to start the conversation. Let's have your question be the beginning of that. So we have our first queen column question today, and it's really, really good.
It's really good.
So we're going to answer it, but we will read it to you, and then we'll explain to you how you guys can send us your own questions.
Yeah.
But this individual said, lately, I feel very overwhelmed in all of my activities and tasks that need to be done. I wake up on Mondays, and in a blink of an eye, it's already Friday. I'm very good about planning out my week and making sure I have time to get everything done. However, I feel like my day never stops, and that time is just flying by. I enjoy being busy, but some days it feels like too much for my mind and body to handle. Wondering how you deal with being busy and fitting in time to unplug from the chaos.
Honestly, I think that's why my New Year's resolution is to say no.
Yeah.
I truly think it's great to be busy and it's, do all the things that you love. But if there's something that's sucking your energy or taking time out of you, then it's maybe not a good fit.
Totally.
I mean, do what feels right and what's going to make you happy, because if you are completely tired and wore out all the time, then you're not going to have any energy for things that you truly love.
I 1000% agree with that. And I feel like I could make myself the busiest person in the world, and that's just my nature. But one thing I think about is Maddie's episode that we talked about. I think she does a really good job of analyzing. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Why are you doing all these activities? Are you doing it to prove something to someone? Or are you doing it because you love doing it?
Yeah.
And I think that intention is really what the focus needs to be on. Is are you doing something for an outcome, or are you doing something because you thoroughly enjoy it? And the truth of the matter is you're not going to love everything every day.
Right.
There's days that, you know, letting out Buxton is a pain, but do I love him? Absolutely.
So you make it work.
It's just part of being human. And so I think it's, you know, thinking about, are these things that I'm doing, is this just a day that I'm not into it? Or is this a constant feeling where this is really sucking energy that could be utilized somewhere else?
Yeah. I think that's a great answer. It's really good.
But that is just an example of one question that has honestly been sitting in our inbox forever.
I know, we've been meaning to answer it.
And we're like, we got to get to it. But that individual really sparked an idea with us where we're like, okay, we need to bring this out. We need to actually do this. We've done it in like 2 episodes, but let's do it for real. Yeah. So we would love to hear from you guys. We will try to post on social regularly where you can just comment questions in a question box if you're comfortable with that. Otherwise, go to our Instagram. We have a link tree where you can do Ask Us Anything, and you can fill out a question on our website. We have no idea where these come from. They're completely anonymous. Your email, nothing, name is not linked to it. You don't need to type anything other than the question, and that's all we receive. So if you want to ask something that maybe you can't ask your friends or maybe you can't ask your family, let us be that.
We'd love to be an outlet and just to give you another perspective. We would love that. That's what we're here for. So it's fun.
But perspective gained in 2021 was top notch.
Top notch. I think 2022 is going to outdo it. Let's bring it.
I'm 100% certain it's going to outdo it. Yeah. I already know. But I think we have to thank, first off, all the queens.
Thank you to all the queens. You guys were all incredible. And honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we can't thank you enough for taking the time and for your new friendship.
Yes, and shining a light on whatever it is that you've gone through to help even one person. It's making more of a difference than anyone could ever imagine. And we can't wait to keep making those differences and filling up everyone's cup.
So cheers to that.
Cheers to that.